On this edition of Community Insider, a successful fundraiser for the Warren County Meals on Wheels with the Spinning Our Wheels for Meals with $50,000 raised. That and much more on this edition of Community Insider.
Back there saying, hey, thank you. Yeah, so all these people have, some of them are volunteering, even though they get paid, some of them still volunteer extra time. So they are dedicated. Our mission, they realize, and they are focused on our mission. So I thank you, and we appreciate you.
The MyUsage app is a way to conveniently pay online, anytime, day or night. You can also come by any Caney Fork Electric office and sign up for the prepay option available using the MyUsage app. Know exactly how much electricity is used each day and the cost. Best of all, no monthly bill. You can set up email or text alerts, keep track of your usage, and pay your bill, all with the MyUsage app from Caney Fork. Caney Fork Electric, keeping you informed.
Security Federal Savings Bank is always pleased to provide virtually every banking service you could ever need. But more than that, we are proud to offer a relationship with you, your family, or your company. We've been here supplying just what you need and building a trust, a relationship. And that's something hard to find these days. Our bankers are here for you, here to help. If you are interested in a relationship, come to the friendliest bank in town, Security Federal Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome to another edition of Community Insider. Join us as we travel Middle Tennessee, uncovering history and experiencing the adventure of unique stories and events coming to you inside your community.
Drivers, absolutely the backbone of what we do at Meals on Wheels. I guess other communities have something similar to home delivery meals, but I don't think anybody does it better than Warren County, Tennessee. And that's a result of your dedication and your loyalty to an idea of service above self. Last Saturday, I had a great opportunity to be spending some quality time with our little 8-year-old grandson. And all of our grandkids and now our 1-year-old great-granddaughter, they're all very special, of course. But little Rex is the first male born in my family since I came along, these many years ago. And Saturday morning, Rex built a little electric motor. He tested it, worked fine. I guess it's still working fine unless he's decided he wants to re-engineer it and improve it somehow. And then in the afternoon, we visited the Meals on Wheels kitchen. Now normally on Saturday, the kitchen would be closed, it would be idle, but it was very busy Saturday. Nancy was there putting some finishing touches on tonight's event. And little Rexy, 8 years old, always has questions. And he wanted to know what we do at Meals on Wheels, and I just turned him over to Nancy, and Nancy very gently explained to him what we do, that we take meals to the shut-ins, the infirm, the elderly, the incapacitated, people who really can't help themselves. And we talked about you drivers and the volunteer work you do, that you spend your own time, buy your own gasoline, pay for your own tires, insurance, vehicle upkeep and all that. And Rexy had a pretty good question for an 8-year-old. He asked Nancy, Well, how far do they go to take these meals? And this is not a direct quote, but I think I'm kind of getting the sense of what Nancy said. And she said basically, wherever the need exists, wherever the need exists. And that's what you do. You go where the need exists. I can't help but think of one of the great teachings of our Lord Jesus. It's one that has ramifications. It's got roots in all kinds of directions. And that's the story of the Good Samaritan. That poor hapless traveler who was beaten up, robbed, and left for dead along the side of the road on Jericho Road, notorious for highwaymen and violence and robberies. The first two passers-by came by and kind of looked and passed on the other side. Well, that's a lesson for a different day. That's a lesson in itself. But that third one who came along, and Jesus took pains to point out that he was a Samaritan, someone that the proper Jewish folks should despise and hold in eternal contempt. Jesus pointed out he was a Samaritan. Well, that's another lesson, I guess. But that traveler, who was probably a businessman, I don't think anybody was on Jericho Road just for sightseeing. They were there by necessity. He was probably on a business trip. He went out of his way to take care of that poor, unfortunate man who was beaten up, robbed, and left for dead. And he took him to an inn, and he told the innkeeper, you remember what he told the innkeeper? He said, spend whatever you need to help this man recover. And when I come back, I'll settle up with you. Well, that's exactly what he did, and I thought that lesson was so pertinent to what you do. You do whatever it takes. Just like the Samaritan said, whatever it takes, you do it. So we want to thank you all. We honor you. We appreciate you. We don't say it often enough, but we really, truly mean it. So thank you for being here with us this evening. I want to thank Bridgestone. I've said that every community in the United States deserves to have a Bridgestone. Not everyone can. We are fortunate. We're blessed in Warren County with such a great and generous corporate supporter of our community. And we have so many of them. I saw Gary Prater. Gary is hosting the barbecue this evening. He is one of many. And you can read some of those names in your program this evening. And I would start naming some, but certainly I would overlook some that have made great contributions. But we want to thank you for being here. And what a difference a year makes. Welcome to the Temperate Zone. Last year we were here in October for the inaugural event. It was teeth-chattering, knee-knocking, bone-chilling cold. Those of you who remember that. Well, we've gotten a much more pleasant time here in September, and thanks to Nancy and her crew for thinking of that. But we appreciate you being here this evening. Let's take a moment to give our Lord and Creator the thanks. Would you bow with me? Dear Lord, our Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for this day. We give you thanks for the blessings that we have enjoyed.
I've been out in the snow and the ice and the rain and the wind and everything. It's just part of it. I don't think nothing about it.
Meals right here.
Meals on Wheels, yep. And this one's yours.
All right, thank you.
I think I'm going on 3 years. I started in the summer, and so I think this will be my 3rd summer coming up.
We couldn't do it without the volunteers. The volunteers are the best. We cook the meals, provide the meals, we do fundraising to get the money for the meals, and the volunteers coming and drive miles and miles a day. We could never afford to pay people what they do for this program.
My father's name, Alan Bryan Ware. He had the most beautiful name, Alan Bryan. I believe you me, they're good meals. It's not that I don't have canned goods, but it's not like these meals. They're just what you need. Good day on this film, but the rain is beautiful.
We need the rain. Yes,
They're just, they're the best people. They are just so wonderful. So you better be glad you have them. I don't even have to get out except to go to the front porch. Now, I could make it without them, but I hope I don't never have to.
Meals on Wheels.
You'd be surprised at how many people have nobody except us. And that's what makes it special. You know that you mean something to these people. It's more than a job. It's caring for people and making sure that their needs are met.
I think it makes a big difference. You know, I think it probably, nobody really wants to lose their independence. And I think that sometimes it allows people to stay on their own longer. Good morning. There you go.
Thank you.
Have a good day. You never know what tomorrow's going to bring. And I might be on one of these routes one day. And I would like to think that somebody would be kind enough to volunteer a little of their time to bring me a meal,
I know some are still eating, but we're just going to move along. Old folks like me want to get home, get in bed, right? So we'll work right along. First of all, we're just so thankful that all of you are here and supported us the way you have. This is our second year, and man, Nancy set some really big goals. And last year we exceeded the goal, and I think this year we're going to excel. I said, Nancy's right, but Nancy's right. I hate it when I have to admit it, but she's right. I don't know if you know, we're grandparents in I don't know, in trouble sometimes, but we share grandkids, so we're making runs to Franklin every so often. Just wanted to say, I don't know who I am, Dana Green. I'm on the board. I've had a blessing of working with Meals on Wheels for over 20 years. Started back when I did leadership. McMinnville found out about it, and Bridgestone actually sponsored that day, and their team members deliver every week. We got a table for them back there. They've done so much for us, just all the time. But in particular, tables, chairs, help with the lighting. I mean, they have just been right on it for us, and they do a lot in the community for a lot of the others too. We're just thankful that they are here, like Bill said. The team members deliver once a week. I've been blessed to deliver, and I hung around so much they let me be on the board. And for some reason, because there's two bankers on the board that are we got to be the budget committee. So me and Danny Martin are budget committee. And they just keep saying, yeah, it's good, go ahead, y'all keep doing that. So I guess we'll keep doing that. Just want to say, the ladies in the back, and Nancy, and this meal, fantastic, right? Everybody get ready. Did they not get you through in record time? Yeah, they do it every day, guys. They do it every day, about 200 meals every day. So they know what they're doing, they know how to cook, and we're thankful to Gary Prater, not sure where he's at, but we're thankful to him for donating the barbecue for us. So what a blessing to have him in our community helping us out too, and so many others. With the auction, so many things, gave to us for the auction, the media that's here for us, we got the band here for us. We just had a blessing as far as people that come out and help us out. I want to make sure, I'm looking at my notes, Nancy. We're going to tell a little bit. Nancy wanted me to come up, and I'm not a speaker, as you can tell. My hands aren't playing this year. I've got a microphone in my hand this year, so they wanted me to do that. And I told them about the podium so I can hold on to it. So let me tell you a little bit. I've delivered, like I said, over 20 years, and just tell a little bit about that. It's so much more than a meal. It's us checking on people every day. And you would not believe how many people have nobody to check on them at all. It is heartbreaking sometimes. I know I went in one day to deliver, and this little lady, she's younger than me, but something had gone on, stroke or something in the past, and she was always childlike almost, and she would meet me at the door. She would meet me at the door one day. Where's she at? The door was unlocked. I went on in. And she was out on the couch, bowl of cereal all over her. I couldn't get her to. And So we couldn't get the family there. I stayed with her till the ambulance got there, and then they met her at the hospital. She had a seizure. She was okay after that. That was a blessing. We had another volunteer that went for a couple. The lady had dementia. Her husband was the caregiver, and she didn't realize her husband had passed away. So this person, the volunteer, stayed with her till the family got there. That's what happens in this community, guys. You don't know how many need this program. And when they say it's a meal, so much more than a meal. So much more than a meal. I'll tell you a funny one too. I can do some dumb stuff. I had a guy, he couldn't see that well that I would deliver to. And if you're as old as me, if you remember those wooden coffee tables that had the cutout in the glass, I went in one day, we were just talking, I was talking to him, I set that meal down, there was no glass. Just dropped right through. And he knew something had happened. It was when we had the styrofoam containers, okay? And I'm like, oh gosh, thank goodness it's not beans. It was a hamburger and fries. They did stay in the container. And he knew something was going on. There was noise. And I said, I've dropped this. I said, but I promise it did not spill. And he was laughing. He said, I need to fix that. I said, you know, I need to pay attention to what's going on, too. And there's so many funny things like that, too, that make you... Had one guy pick me with his calculator, and he had a number in there, wanted me to add something, and I cleared his amount off. I'm a banker. He thought it would be a better deal. It was not. So he had to go find a number again, but we got what he needed. But it's just so much like that. And all of us, we're walking. There's some walking dogs. There's some that, we'll go get their mail. They need this, they need that. Somebody needed ibuprofen. Her family couldn't get it to them. I stopped and picked some ibuprofen up and brought it back to her. It's so much more than a meal. Appreciate all you being here. And thanks for putting it together.
I'm in charge of recognizing people today. And they gave it to me with my memory. So if you get left out, I'm sorry, because I'm going to hold on to my notes tonight. Maybe that'll help a little bit. First, we're so excited about these little gold tables. We sold gold tables this year for the first time. So we thank all those people that bought us a gold table, and we're hoping that some of you other people will follow suit and buy some gold tables next year. And maybe we'll reach a better goal next year than what we've done this year. So that was my first recognition. Thank you for doing that. Then I want to recognize my staff. I've got some really good girls. They love who they're serving. And they love each other because they work so well together. I would like for them to come out here if they would. I've got Tanya and Tammy and Leah. Oh, they're all eating. Oh, don't bother them. Don't bother them. They worked really hard for this meal. But Tabitha, come on. You're already there. Tabitha is my right arm, my right leg, whatever it is. She is there. She is the team that we make this work. I could not do this without Tabitha. And the best thing about Tabitha is we get Jason free. I mean, he just comes and works and does all this stuff, and her mom's back there saying, hey, me too. Yeah, so all these people have, some of them are volunteering, even though they get paid, some of them still volunteer extra time. So they are dedicated. Our mission, they realize, and they are focused on our mission. So I thank you, and we appreciate you. The most important part tonight is, for years, we wanted to recognize the volunteers and have a dinner for the volunteers and say thank you to the volunteers. But we never had any money. So we said, hey, why don't we put this together, a fundraiser, and thank the volunteers all at the same time? So we did. And so tonight, if you see somebody with a little lanyard on, they're a volunteer. They're spending their time and their money, and they're dedicated to our mission as well.
So I want to thank all you volunteers. You make it happen. If it wasn't for this group of people, we would not have this successful program that we have today. So thank you so much to all of you who have a small part or a large part. And even the things that Dana said, that is just a tiny bit of what they do. I mean, they are dedicated. So thank you, volunteers. Well, we might have a little fun with the volunteers tonight, so I'm going to recognize a few of them. Of course, now, Sid Prater and Doug Parton, last year, they are our subs. Now, if you don't know what a sub is, anybody that can't show up, or they're sick, or whatever's going on, the subs take their place. Guess how often they're there? Every day. Every day. So last year, I gave them an award. And it was one of these valuable little cards over here that they got for driving the most miles, spending the most time. And you know what they did? They gave it back. So this year, I'm just going to recognize them. I'm going to keep my valuable card. I'm going to give it to somebody else, though. So Sid and Doug, we thank you so much. We could not do this without you, especially. Now, I need to have Helena Lakaki come here. Where is she? Helena, where is she? Did I lose her? Come here. Come here. This lady is new to the South. She is, and we have made her a Southerner. She's full-fledged now. She likes beans and cornbread. So we are excited about her. Now, what do you see about Helena that makes a difference? Even though she does volunteer 3 or 4 days a week and never complains when we call her for extra time, she always has a smile on her face. So tonight, she gets the Smile Award for the volunteer. Okay, and then I have an Above and Beyond Award. Where is Margaret and Carol? Come up here, and Margaret, don't make that face. Get up here. They are the Above and Beyond girls. They're sisters. And they have volunteered for a long time. And they had a person on their route. And this lady had dementia. And she got worse and worse. And she decided that she was good. She could cook now. Well, the girl said, no, you can't cook. But she refused the meals. She knew enough that was a meal that she didn't prepare. So as the time went on, the girl said, well, we can't do this because she needs this meal. So now they take care of her. They are above and beyond because they bring her a meal that they cook. They go out and get whatever she needs. They have her with her medicine. If her refrigerator breaks down, they have her get another one. So they have adopted this lady. They have gone above and beyond. Okay. The second part of what I want to recognize is this program was started in 1977 by 3 founders, Fred Biles, Elizabeth Chastain, and Mrs. Frank Dorman. They all decided that Warren County needed to have help for the elderly. And their mission in this program was to make sure that anybody that needed it could get it. Their goal was to be need-based in this county. We started as a government program, and that had a certain criteria. We couldn't serve a lot of people. We had retired teachers, retired firemen, all those kind of people. We couldn't serve them because they didn't fit the criteria. So their goal was to get us to a need-based. Now we are at that goal. We can serve anyone who needs us.
and we appreciate all of you who let us know the people that need us. So in doing that mission, or creating that mission as they did, we had someone who helped them out a lot. In getting started, we had no money, zeros, and so we had to do something. Pat Basshound, where's Pat? Stand up, Pat. Pat Basshound was with these founders, and she made she got a home for us. She worked with them so closely that we didn't have to worry about a home. And to this day, what Pat did many years ago, we are still reaping the benefits from it. So thank you, Pat and McMinnville Housing Authority, that we have never paid a day's rent. Isn't that wonderful?
Y'all too.
Well,
you get a lot of our residents out of the nursing home or alive. Serious.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we thought when we were talking about these founders that we would do something a little different. We're not a sports-oriented group, but we want a Hall of Fame. So we're going to start our Hall of Fame tonight. Although our first recipient could not be here, I want to tell you about her. Back in 1977, she and I were hired to run the Meals on Wheels program. Of course, I knew nothing, and she was an excellent cook. She left her really stable job with the school system to gamble on a mission of 3 people. And she taught me so much. She could make biscuits. She made biscuits by scratch. She did everything she did was scratch. Rolls. She could make the best cinnamon rolls you ever put in your mouth. It was wonderful. So she was kind of a second mom to me at the time, because I was very young and didn't realize all the things that Thelma had done in her lifetime. She was a wonderful lady, and she was dedicated to the mission the entire time that she was with us. And I don't want to miss anything, so I want to read a few things about Thelma. She was hired as the first kitchen manager. I was hired as the director, and she was always the boss. Never had any doubt about that. And she spent many years helping with not only the kitchen, she had to help me get the clients certified in the very beginning. So we'd go out on the road. So one day we went out, and we didn't have nobody on the program hardly. They just gave us addresses. We went out to this tiny little house, and this gentleman, older man, came to the door, and he was a little grumpy, and he had a shotgun. Well, Thelma and I told him what we were there for, and he looked at us and he said he didn't need it or want it. And we thought, oh, thank you. Thelma was brave enough to go with me. Another time she went with me on an icy road, and needless to say, I ended up in the ditch because I needed to drive on ice. And one of those wonderful farmers from Warren County came and pulled us out. So here we go again. We got all those meals delivered. So she has just been precious to us. For 20 years, she served the elderly, the disabled, the disadvantaged, and the people that really needed us. Tonight, Thelma cannot be with us, but her son is with us. So would you come, Nikki, and Thelma Gwynn's son, Nikki